These are the 7 difficulties of Geometry Dash player.
Geometry Dash has levels to it, both in the literal sense and in terms of the skill brackets that every player falls into. My name is Nimpop, and in this video, we're going to be going over the 7 levels of Geometry Dash player. Starting with level 1, Beginner. Your friend gives you their phone, challenging you to play a game called Geometry Dash. You had never played the game before, but you decide to give it a shot.
I learned Geometry Dash by myself. I didn't see anyone playing Geometry Dash. Maybe my brother told me to play it, but there's a multiplayer in the game, so I decided to go into it.
Slowly but surely, you get the hang of the game and manage to beat Stereo Madness. Once you get home, you install GD Lite on your phone and complete the first few main levels over the next few days. You're considering upgrading from GD Lite to buying the full game. As your friend told you, you can make your own custom levels and even play other people's levels. This makes you curious on what the most difficult levels people have made in the game are.
Yeah, in this game, I did. What is the hardest game? Literally, show me the levels. In the hardest game right now, I think Grave is the hardest.
So you decide to look up the hardest Geometry Dash levels on YouTube. Then it really hits you how difficult GD can truly get.
Yeah, I remember, bro.
Nah, if you beat this level, Reef, you should run for president!
Jinxie, in my opinion, is a good example of a level 1 player, beating his first few main levels and taking an interest to the game and community. Level 2,
yeah.
Novice. After seeing all the cool features, you decide to buy the full version of Geometry Dash. You continue beating the main levels and notice they start getting increasingly frustrating, taking more and more attempts to beat. But over the next few weeks, you keep playing and manage to beat all the main level.
I only beat 3 levels, which is, I'm going to show you. Is this 3 levels, Club Step, and Hexagon Force. I just tried to see everything, but not going to it. Maybe going to later. And Deadlock. Let's continue.
Main levels. But for you, this doesn't mean the game is over. In fact, you're now excited to play some of the community levels you've seen online. You first play what's most popular. You try Outer Space and even go for some easy demons like the Nightmare and I Spy with My Little Eye. You also learn about some of the game's top players and YouTubers like Zoink and King Samalot.
For the YouTubers, I only seen Zoink and Vortrox and Eric Van Wilderman. That's all. Maybe Stick.
Example of a level 2 player, managing to beat Theory of Everything 2 and being decently familiar with the game's most popular level.
Really? If you beat Theory of Everything 2? I didn't even beat it, but I did beat Deadlock, which means I'm better than Steak.
And creators. Level 3, Decent. You now officially consider yourself a Geometry Dash player. You're telling all your friends about the game, and your YouTube feed starts to push you more Geometry Dash creators like Eric Van Wilderman, Vortrox, and a really goated YouTuber named Nimpop.
Oh yeah, I remember. Before that, I've seen Nimpop. This one I've seen Geometry Dash community in Nimpop.
You're now able to beat medium demons with enough practice, so you finally complete Skeletal Shenanigans after being mesmerized by how impressive the decoration looked compared to the main levels.
Wait, what level is that? Oh, I remember. Skeleton Shenanigan. I didn't see this level before. Maybe I'll see it later.
You try out more of Geometry Dash's features like the gauntlets, which you have some fun playing. You then try the map packs and quickly find out they're complete garbage. It's a challenge, but after a couple thousand attempts, you finally beat it. An example of a decent player would be 8-Bit Ryan, beating a few medium demons pretty fast in early 2.2. Geometry Dash is quickly becoming one of your favorite games at this point, but you feel like you could use some upgrades to your setup to improve your skill to the next level. Level 4, Good. For the mobile players, this is the point where most of you probably make the upgrade to play on PC to reduce your input delay. On top of that, you decide you want to level up your peripherals to push your skill even higher. So you beg your parents to buy you a Sayo device and a 144Hz monitor for your birthday. After plugging them into your setup, it hits you how much of a difference it makes in your gameplay. Finally, you discover the last piece of the puzzle, which is thankfully free this time. That being the Geode mod loader. You install mods like Eclipse to practice levels with
I literally did the
no click
same.
limits and start position switchers, and you also install Globed mod to play online with your friends. All these upgrades and
Oh, yeah.
mods help you beat your first insane demon like Windy Landscape or Supersonic way faster than you would have normally. After this, you're now
Oh.
ready to take on the hardest difficulty in the entirety of Geometry Dash, your first
The
extreme
first
demon.
extreme
You go for
demon.
an easy
Whoa.
one like Accu or
Literally
Cataclysm,
good.
and it ends up being your first time taking over 10,000 attempts to beat a level. But after a long
What?
struggle, you managed to beat your first
That's crazy.
extreme demon. You're ecstatic, but despite the fact that you're now able to beat levels of the hardest difficulty in the entirety of Geometry Dash, you realize that within this single demon difficulty is still so much room to improve. An example of a good player
What?
would be Michelle, beating a couple insane demons and Cataclysm as her first extreme demon. Level 5. Great. You've now become the best player out of your friend group and are likely extremely knowledgeable about the GD community and its history. You've beaten most, if not all, the gauntlets and have amassed a good amount of stars. Now that you have all the hardware you need to max out your skill in Geometry Dash, you continue your journey beating harder and harder extreme demons. You go for a top 660 level like Bloodbath, the most iconic top 1 in Geometry Dash history. Your attempt count for
Oh,
each new
really
extreme
good.
demon getting higher and higher, making it to
Higher.
the 30 to 50,000s. You then
What?
jump to a top 430 demon like Black
Wait,
Blizzard, and
have
finally
these-
to a top 290 like XO. Most dedicated GD players might settle around the skill level, beating various extreme demons you find interesting, but not quite willing to dedicate the time required to beating demons any harder. But some players will take on the challenge of pushing their skills to its limits by setting your sights on your first list demon. I think
Maybe, yeah. This is me. I want to go to List Demon. 4 months, 5 months, I don't know. I want to go into this level.
players like Eric Van Wilderman and Vortrox fit well into the great skill bracket, beating many extreme demons with their hardest ones being around top 300. Level
Whoa.
6, Pro. You've known about the demon list for a while now, the top 150 hardest demons in the entire game. But after all
Yeah, I
the
know.
blood, sweat, and tears you put into improving at GD, you're ready to finally beat one of these levels yourself. You find a demon in the extended list you're ready to beat as your first list demon. That demon being
Extended
Renovant
list?
in my case. You get a 59 to 100% run, a 27 to 62% run, and before you know it, you have the level in 3 runs. You decide to start streaming the level and logging your progress on your own channel. The attempt count starts rising like never before, to the 40, 50,000s, even to 100,000 attempts in some cases.
100?
After an exhausting
No way.
2 to 4 month grind, you finally beat your first list demon, becoming a certified Geometry Dash Pro. Every level beyond this ends up being a similar case. You go for your first main list top 75 demon like the Golden or Tartarus, and continue to hone in your skill, spending tens of thousands of attempts and a
Rampant
couple months to beat each demon. I think players like Dorami and Aeon Air fit well into the pro category, having many
Aeon
list
Air, I
demons under their
remember.
belt. But there remains one skill bracket that reigns above them all.
Sorry guys, I think the record might be glitched, so I will stop here. So yeah, make sure to subscribe to video. And bye!